And with a war drum beating, the crowd has begun its battle cry here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
They go play action here. Purdy. A short one there, caught by Warren.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Packer first down.
Back to throw, Purdy. Complete once again to Watson.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That's another Packers first down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Green Bay.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Wilson with a first down carry.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the left side, and Watson has it. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
On the draw, it's Wilson. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 14.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Now Purdy.
Touchdown, Packers!
Romeo Doubs
From 6 yards away.
And the Packers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Chiefs, nothing.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they finally get their chance on offense. 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll run. It's Brashard Smith.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's Lucas Van Ness there to drop him behind the line.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mayfield.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And this one caught downfield by Evans.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Pass on the out route, caught by Smith-Schuster.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Mayfield off the play fake. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's Kingsley Enagbari finding a way in to bring him down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw, Mayfield. And this one is incomplete.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Gets past one man.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Brock Purdy and the offense back out there.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Going right back to Wilson.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down.
Purdy from the gun. That is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On fourth down, the Packers called on Daniel Whelan to punt. Nico Remigio deep for KC.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Fielded at the 20. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Mayfield to throw it.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Mayfield now. Good footwork at the 30. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Chiefs, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Mayfield with it once more. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mayfield looks to throw. Evans has it left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Going to the air again with Mayfield.
To the sideline and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10.
In motion, the tight end. Here's Mayfield.
This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half or just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Now this air down deep for Reed. And he floats one there, incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
This one's brought in by Jefferson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun, Mayfield. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
First down. First and 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17. Packers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
Out to the left here to Reed.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
On the pickup. It's second and inches at the Chiefs' 35-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Options galore here, second and a few inches. They go play action here, Purdy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch at a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed, 28 yards. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Chiefs, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. Mayfield. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football, get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Henry. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me to that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Butker on for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster.
Now
After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So the Packers down by 10, 2:14 to play. They're down to 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning, so speed will certainly be of the essence. Down 2 scores late. They'll start the drive with Wilson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Defense is always talking about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Purdy looking to throw. A short one there, caught by Warren.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's third down. Here's Purdy to throw. Watson making the catch. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's first and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. What a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Gain of 14. First down, Packers.
Here's first and 10. To throw is Purdy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here we go, first and goal. Here's Purdy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing, Purdy. And he wisely will throw that one away.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal. Purdy to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Chiefs offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.